I had been invited to make a new ecosystem for this area by a very prominent, wealthy family who would prefer to remain anonymous at this point. And I proposed the creation of the rock. They thought that was perhaps a little bit too ambitious of me. I didn't really know what to budget it for. And the project was really only half finished. I had done some drawings, etc. There was more or less support behind it. There was some contentiousness about it. Rocks were thought to be maybe not quite as amenable to human interfacing as seaweed, for example. But I pretty much stuck to my guns, and eventually this environment was created with the help of a lot of student assistants who weren't paid, but they didn't really mind because they got to work with me. And this environment was made as basically a model. And we were thinking of maybe creating something on a much larger scale. Since this is the model, the scale was about 1/8 inch equals 1 mile. So if you can just imagine this spread out over the relevant enlargement of that, you'll get an idea of what I had in mind. But unfortunately, the prominent funding family lost me along the way. They lost my sense of vision, and they decided to cancel it. So this is the only area that I managed to get built in time. It's not really obvious, but these rock things are made out of the molars from a novel called Locust Solus by Raymond Roussel. So those of you who have read that novel will understand what I'm referring to. And there was we did actually recreate the Raymond Roussel imagined device of the balloon controlled droppings of the molars. The compression was accomplished with the help of the birds, who we had to insert computer-controlled devices into, a la the studies of various people who were doing things like stopping bulls, etc., in their tracks as they were charging. That worked out pretty well. The birds cooperated very, very nicely with compressing the molars together. We actually imported some penguins to help on this too. The penguins were a little bit more uncooperative, but ultimately we threw a few fins in the right way, and this is what we ended up with. Then we just sent the penguins back to where they belong.
Do the dead know what time it is? The old guy put down his beer. "Son," he said, girl came over to the table where we were, asked us to buy her a drink. you something the like of which nobody ever was told. The girl said, "I got nothing on tonight. How about you and me going to your place?" Going to tell you the story of my mother's meeting with God. I whispered to the girl, "I don't have a room, maybe." She walked up to where the top of the world is, and he came right up to her and said, "So at last you come home." But maybe what? Oh, I thought I'd like to stay here and talk to you. Mother started to cry and God put his arms around her. About what? Just talk. You'll find attention. She said it was like a fog coming over her face, and light was everywhere, and a soft voice saying, "You can stop crying now." What can you talk about that'll take all night? I said I didn't know.
see some examples of the main source of evidence used in these trials, called spectral evidence, which was anything like a dream, vision, or aberration. And the only people who could see it were the ones doing the accusing. Now you folks are about to learn a little bit more about a specific type of spectral evidence called the witch's familiar.
Philip English was not a Puritan, and he refused to obey Puritan laws or pay Puritan taxes. When Sheriff Cohen died unexpectedly of a heart attack, shortly after the witch hysteria, Philip English kidnapped his body and would not give it up to the Cohen family. He finally gave up the body for ransom, and the family buried the sheriff in the cellar of the Cohen's house, for fear Salem citizens would dig him out of a graveyard and tear his body to pieces.
Cowboy went to college. Somebody spilled ink on his horse. He went to the dean in charge of such things and was told that gentleman had just popped out with the can again. Well, he has he? Cried the cowboy. Me thinking it might be an accident. Why, hell, it's part of the damn curriculum.
Hey, what are you doing there? Get away! Get Get out! Get away from him! Get away from Mike! This is my place. I live here. This is my rock. My board. These are mine. I found them. They're mine. Get away. It's mine.
Let me chase you with a stick.
It's a little man with wooden hair who'd sneak into the rear of buses and holler, "Somebody just ate my mother." That way, of course. Found on a quick trim without having to pay for any broken window. There was a tame streetcar conductor who one day was considerably surprised to have it suddenly bite his behind. So, next morning, he reported for work disguised as a broad-minded chambermaid. Now lives with the company president's daughter. There's a careless little spy who carried the secret code in the same briefcase with a master plan of a load of dance hall tickets. Which may explain why some very big wheels are running about on their rims this morning. Stop beside a fire plug. Arrived home, hung up his snap-brim wife, and briefly kissing his hat said, "Those damn forecasters. I suppose that cloudburst is their idea of fair weather." The man, 2 inches shorter than himself, always kept getting stuck in the sidewalk. When the curious townsman came to yank his arms and brush his hat, he'd spit in the eye of the lean and steal the wallets off the bat. I smell beard smoke.
What's this from?
We call them surf squatters. They're hobos who come by and rearrange the driftwood into little living quarters. Hobos. Seaside hobos. If you're going to be a hobo, why not be a hobo on the ocean? Plenty of nice fish to eat.
A little rough for sleeping, though.
There was a celery flute player who got himself caught burning fire on the top of some old hoodlum's lake. He wanted to hit him with a hammer, but couldn't get up the admission he would have charged them to see.
Hi, I'm Vermin, and you're here at Vermin and Becky World. So come on. Convention center. If you, yeah, we do rent out to certain events. If your company wants to hold a picnic or have a conference, this is certainly a place to have it.
Men are crowing like asses and living like sheep. Oh, can't hold the hand of my love. Can't hold her little white hand.
I had a friend who was walking in Patapsco Park one time, and he was in the middle of the woods, not on a trail or anything, and he came across the mayor of Baltimore with a bunch of very serious-looking men in suits.
No, really? What, were they burying a body?
He wasn't sure what they were doing, but he didn't think he wanted them to see him there. So he got out of there pretty quick. It didn't look like the type of meeting that they wanted the press to know about, for example.
Yes, I went to the city, and there I did bitterly cry. Men out of touch with the earth, with never a glance at the sky. Oh, can't hold the hand of my love. Can't hold her pure little hand.
I don't think you were mayor at the time, so it probably wasn't you.
Probably I went to meet. I don't recall that particular incident. Oh, okay. Here's the first stop on this beautiful tour. Get a close up of these beauties, man. Check those puppies out. They are black trumpet chanterelles. They're a choice edible mushroom, which we just discovered just the other day, and we identified them as such, and we've been eating them since. And we'll have some for dinner too. Insert sizzle noises. Like it's cooking.
Born like a veritable living prince with small, pink, rectangular feet and a disposition to hear.
Have you ever channeled Cotton Mather?
All the time. Cottonmouth Mather. Bit me. I got bit by the Cottonmouth Mather bug.
I stand under the blazing moon and wonder at the disappearance of all holy things from this once so promising world.
Yep, welcome to my moat, people. This is where I emote.
And it does not much displease me to be told that at 7 tomorrow morning, an angel of justice will appear, and that he will clean up people's messes for them.
If I could send this emote to you some sort of digital format, yes, it would indeed be the emote.
Aha.
remains of the Anderson shack. From my understanding, the story that I've heard has it that 3 brothers lived here, 3 alcoholic brothers, and they like to drink and do the thing that alcoholics do.
Because if he is, and he does, he'll be more apt to rub their bloody snouts in it.
Now, Rockport is a dry town, so you couldn't buy alcohol in Rockport at the time, or even today. There's no liquor stores, and so they would have to.
You stopped at a liquor store. Yeah.
That wasn't Rockport. That was the next town over, Gloucester.
Oh, maybe.
And no, not maybe.
All right,
Yeah, Bruce, you betcha. And so they'd have to walk over to Lanesville to the nearest liquor store, and then they would come back and hoot like owls. That was their thing. Hoot, hoot, hoot! And they became known as the Owl Hoot Gang. And you could tell that they were coming and really drunked up by their hooting like owls. And this is where they lived until one...
In this one room?
Or maybe there was more. I think there was a house on top of it, a small house, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But they got all drunk and burnt themselves up one night, and only 2 out of 3 made it.
They didn't want me around. Said I couldn't have no cherries or watch them pick cherries or even stand near the table where one of those culture cookie clucks with a big fat leg smile was fixing to pop a nice red cherry. And on top of his gold spoon. You know, I don't like those people who act as if a cherry was something they'd personally thought up.
And what happened to the other 2? Did they move into an assisted living
yes,
alcohol binge center?
One built a shack over there out of plywood, and another one moved into a tree house. And apparently you could walk by and there would be like all these beer cans down around the base of the tree house, much like discarded nuts of a squirrel or some such.
Uh-huh.
And they say, on a quiet night like tonight, you can still hear them.
It's dark out, Jack. The stations out there don't identify themselves. We're in it raw wind, like burned rats. It's running out all around us. The footprints of the beast. One nobody has any notion of. The white and vacant eyes of something above there. Something that doesn't know we exist.
That was good because you fogged up the lens when you did that. It was added a paranormal effect.
I smell heartbreak up there, Jack. A heartbreak at the center of things. Which we don't figure at all.
And I just discovered this patch today. And these are some yummy little edibles. They're called coral mushrooms because they look like coral.
You ain't my brother now. I don't trust the way you stamp your feet on me. I don't shine up to this devil goose and stuff you've been laying on in my behalf. You ain't my loving buddy now.
We're gonna eat some of these probably later. This thing, I don't know what this is. I have a feeling it is inedible.
Mm-hmm. I made the mistake of eating some black slimy mushrooms once. The result was that I saw a gargoyle.
Ooh.
For the first and only time of my life.
Sometime I think the manner you come in my house and dirty arm me around is something I don't particularly cherish.
Gangster style. It's the Bonnie and Clyde death car, dude. Check it out.
Now, if they were driving back here, it's no wonder they had a little accident.
Oh yeah, it was their getaway.
I used to flit about hoping to brush up on what everybody said was so special. Well, I saw the big stumps kicking the cans off the little stumps, charging them for service. Now, I admit that's a pretty special setup.
Indian pipe. Fungus with no pigment.
I've heard it's medicinal. You can dry it and smoke it. I tried it, but didn't notice too many effects.
But if you don't mind, I think I'll just lie this one out in my own way.
Tentatively a convenience, I would like to take this opportunity to present to you the key to Becky and Vermin World. Enjoy your stay. This should get you into any sort of thing, or out of any sort of thing.
Dark out, Jack. I went to the city, and there I did meet men a-crowing like asses and living like sheep. Oh, can't hold the hand of my love, can't hold her little white hand. Yes, I went to the city, and there I did bitterly cry. Men out of touch with the earth, with never a glance at the sky. Oh, can't hold the hand of my love, can't hold her pure little hand.
This is our telephone line. This is like Verizon owns this telephone line, and it dropped down from that telephone pole, which you can't hear. You can't see it from here. We'll go back and we'll see it. But so we lost.
Is this knotweed?
It's a sort of funky bamboo shit.
Yeah, I think it's knotweed.
Our long distance phone carrier was down in like Georgia or something, and they could not interface with the Verizon, and the Verizon trucks, they just weren't coming. And I eventually had to stake out one Verizon truck. This Verizon worker lives down the street from us. And so I saw a Verizon truck parked in the driveway of this house, and I just blocked it in and waited. And the woman had come home. She said, "I was just taking a shit." It's like, well, listen, I have to show you where I'm at. And so I dragged her through the woods, and they called out a crew. And you know, I would keep calling them, trying to explain how to get here, and they just weren't grokking it.
I should explain to our audience that this was at one time a road. Is that correct?
This was my driveway the first year we moved in, yes. We decided it was a little too conspicuous, so we stopped using it. Look at this splice. Here, this is the phone company's splice. That's gonna go bad one of these days, and it's gonna be a huge pain in the ass.
Telephone drop. Indoor service. Do not terminate or pad for leakage. Oh, it says not to pad for leakage. Interesting. I like the way they put the pink roots on it to make it easier to find.
Uncle Vermin Supreme's micro deep woods four-wheeling putt-putt course. That's right, friends. Today we are gonna play through the woods, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Coming soon to a little patch of trees near you. Let's see, won't need one of those for sure. Probably won't need one of those. Let's see, this is my putter.
Is a wafflehead S-type putter?
It's all right. It's not my favorite. Tentatively, would you like to wear a party hat for this festive occasion? I think it might really.
Not often I get a chance to challenge Uncle Sam.
We got balls. We got your balls. I think 3 is probably good. You got pockets. Can I put some of my balls in your pockets? I don't have any pockets in this get up. Unless.
Here.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. All right. Oh!
Thank you.
Oh! Oh.
And then you just tap it in. And really on this course, if you make that any sort of noise, essentially it's good.
Okay. Now you just change it.
Well, you can mix it. You can change it. Go right in. Yeah. Nice shot! Amazing!
Wonderful.
Oh! What bad luck!
Doesn't count. I'll use the lifting side here.
Next shot right there.
I flinched, I'm not sure.
Counts.
Ooh, very nice. Respectful applause for my opponent.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Sleight of hand. Let it be known that Uncle Sam is a much gentler putt-putt golfer than I am. That was bad. I know that Uncle Sam would never ever pull a stunt like fixing the game. Oh, excellent attempt.
Thank you, sir.